Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture on insulation material and techniques. I am Priyanka Verma and I am excited to lead you through this comprehensive exploration of energy efficient building. In the previous lecture module, we have already learned about the low embodied energy materials and technologies, understanding embodied energy in building materials, selection of low embodied energy material for sustainable constructions. Last one is implementation of low embodied energies. So, in this lecture we will learn about the insulation materials and techniques and cover the topic like types of insulation materials, properties and characteristics of insulation materials, installation technique for maximum efficiency. So, let us start today's lecture with insulation material and techniques. Today, we are going to delve into a critical aspect of sustainable construction and energy efficiency. Insulation material and techniques. Effective insulation is vital for reducing energy consumption, enhancing thermal comfort and lowering greenhouse gases emission in building. We will explore various insulation materials, their properties and the technique used to apply them. First one is importance of insulation. Energy efficiency. Proper insulation reduces the amount of energy need for heating and cooling. Second is comfort. Insulation helps maintain consistent indoor temperatures. Third one is environmental impact. Reduces greenhouse gases emission by lowering energy uses. Second one is type of insulation materials. First one is fiberglass insulation. It has some properties like made from the glass fiber, excellent thermal resistance, non-combustible. It also has some applications. It is used in wall, attic and floors. It also has some advantages like cost effective, easy to install. Disadvantages can cause skin and respiratory irritation during installation. Second one is mineral wool, rock wool and sludge wool. It also has some properties like made from molten rock or industrial waste, fire resistance, good sound insulation. It is also used in wall, roof and industrial applications. It has some advantages like excellent fire resistance, soundproofing quality, etc. It also has some disadvantages like higher cost compared to fiberglasses. Third one is cellulose insulation. Properties: made from recycled paper product, treated with fire retardant. It also has sub application. It is used in wall cavities, attics and other hard to reach areas. It also has some advantages like high recycled content, good thermal performance, etc. It also has some disadvantages, can settle over time requiring reapplication. Third one is foam insulation. It is spray foam or rigid foam. Properties: made from polyethylene, excellent air sealing capabilities. It is also used in wall, roof, around pipe and ducts. It has some advantages like high R value per inch, provides air barriers. Disadvantages: more expensive, requires professional installation. Next one is natural insulation materials. Some examples of natural insulation materials are wool, cotton, cork or straw. It is used in wall, floor and roofs. It also has some advantages like renewable, low embodied energy, non-toxic, etc. It also have some disadvantages like can be used more expensive and less readily available. Third one is insulation technique. bat and roll insulation. Descriptions: pre-cut section of fiberglass or mineral wool. Applications: placed between stud joints and beams. Advantages: easy to handle and install, good for DIY projects. Blow-in insulation. Loose fill insulation like fiberglass, cellulose or mineral wools blow into spaces. It also has some applications. It is ideal for irregular or hard to reach areas. Advantages: provides uniform coverage, good for retrofits. Next one is spray foam insulation. Expanding foam applied with a spray gun. It is also used in wall, ceiling, around opening and cavities. It has some advantages like excellent air sealing, high R values. Rigid foam insulation. Description: foam board like polyethylene. It has some applications like exterior wall, roof and foundation walls, etc. It also has some advantages like high R value, moisture resistance, etc. Reflective insulation. Reflective surface aluminum foil that reflect the radiant heat. It is used in attic, wall, floor, etc. It has some advantages like effective in hot climate, reduce cooling cost. Next topic is type of insulation materials. Effective insulation is vital for reducing energy consumption, enhancing thermal comfort and lowering greenhouse gas emission in buildings. We will explore various types of insulation materials, their properties, advantages, disadvantages and typical applications. By understanding these materials, we can make informed decision to improve the energy efficiency and sustainability of our buildings. Types of insulation materials are divided into some categories. First one is fiberglass insulation. It has some properties like fiberglass insulation is made from fine glass fibers. It is one of the most common type of insulation due to its cost effectiveness and excellent thermal resistance. It has some advantages like first one is cost effective, one of the least expensive insulation materials. Second one is non-combustible, does not burn, provide a degree of fire resistance. Third one is high R value, provides good thermal resistance which improve the energy efficiency. It also have some disadvantages like health concern, can cause skin and respiratory irritation if not handled properly. Second one is proper sealing required, need to be installed correctly to avoid the gap and air leakages. It is used in wall, installed in cavities between stud, also used in attics like laid out on attic floor or installed between the rafters. Floors placed between floor joints to insulate floor over the unheated spaces. Installation techniques. Fiberglasses insulation is available in beds and rolls, which can be easily fitted between the stud, joints and beams. Proper installation required wearing protective clothing and ensuring that the insulation fits snugly without gaps. Second one is mineral wool insulation like rock wool and sludge wool. It has some properties like mineral wool insulation is made from molten rock or industrial waste products such as sludge. It is known as for its excellent fire resistance and soundproofing qualities. Mineral wool insulation has some advantages like fire resistance, can withstand high temperature without burning. Second one is soundproofing, provide excellent sound insulation. Third one is durable, highly resistant to moist, mold and deterioration. It also has some disadvantages like cost, generally more expensive than the fiberglass insulations. Second one is weight, heavier, making it more challenging to install in certain applications. It also has some application, it is used in wall, in exterior and interior wall. Roofs, ideal for insulating attic and roofs. Industrial application, used in high temperature industrial environment. Installation techniques, mineral wool insulation come into beds or loose fill forms. It can be cut to fit around pipes and other obstructions. Handling require care to avoid dust inhalants. Third one is cellulose insulation. It has some properties like cellulose insulation is made from recycled paper products, primarily newsprint, and treated with fire retardant. It is an environmentally friendly option with good thermal performance. Cellulose insulation has some advantages like high recycled content, made from up to 85% recycled material, good thermal performance, effective at reducing heat transfer. Next one is fire resistance, treated with fire retardant chemicals. It also have some disadvantages like settling, can settle over time, reduce its effectiveness. Moisture absorption, can absorb moisture if not properly installed. It also have some applications like wall, blown into wall cavities, attics, blown onto attic floor and other hard to reach areas. Retrofit, ideal for adding insulation to existing structures. Installation techniques, cellulose insulation is typically blown into place, used specialized equipments, ensuring even coverage. Professional installation is often required to achieve optimal performance. Fourth one is foam insulation. It is spray foam or rigid foam. It also has some properties like foam insulation is made from polyethylene or polyether. It offers excellent air sealing capability and high thermal resistance. Foam insulation have some advantages like high R values, provides superior thermal resistance per inch, air barrier expand to fill gap and cracks, preventing air leakage. Moisture resistance, effective at preventing moisture infiltrations. It also has some disadvantages like cost, more expensive than other insulation types. Professional installation, often require professional applications. Health hazard, can release harmful chemical if not properly handled. It also have some applications in the field of walls, used in cavity and as continuous exterior insulation. It is also used in roof, applied on roof, deck and attics. Around pipe and ducts, seal gap around utilities. Installation techniques, spray foam applied with a spray gun, expand to fill space and create an airtight seals. Rigid foam, installed as board cut to size and fitted into place, edges are sealed to prevent air leakage. Fifth one is natural insulation materials. It is divided into some parts. First one is wool. Wool has some properties like wool insulation is made from sheep wool, which is naturally renewable and biodegradable. Advantages, renewable, sourced from sheep which regrow their fields and annually. Biodegradable, does not harm to environmental when disposed of. Moisture regulation can absorb and release moisture without losing its insulating properties. Wool has some disadvantages like cost, more expensive than synthetic insulation materials. Availability, less widely available compared to the other materials. Wool has some applications. It is used in wall, in stud cavities. It is also used in roof, ideal for the loft and attic space. It is used in floors, insulated between floor joists. Installation technique. Wool insulation comes in bed or rolls similar to fiberglasses. It is easy to handle and install, often requiring no special protection equipment. Second one is cotton denim insulation. Cotton has some properties like cotton insulation is made from recycled cotton, often from old jeans and other cotton textiles. Cotton has some advantages like recycled content, utilize waste cotton materials, non-toxic, safe to handle without protective gear. Soundproofing provides good sound insulation. Cotton has some disadvantages like cost, generally more expensive than traditional insulation. Moisture sensitivity, can absorb moisture if not properly protected. Cotton has some applications. It is used in walls, used in interior and exterior walls. It is also used in attic, laid out on attic floors. It has some soundproofing properties, ideal for reducing noise between rooms. Installation technique. Cotton insulation is available in beds which are easily cut and fitted into places. It is typically installed in the same manner as fiberglasses and mineral wools. Third one is cork insulation. Cork insulation has some properties. Cork insulation is made from the bark of cork or oak trees. It is a renewable material with excellent thermal and acoustic properties. It has some advantages like renewable, harvested from cork oak tree without harming them. Thermal and acoustic insulation provides good thermal resistance and sound absorption. Durability, resistance to moisture, mold and pests. It has some disadvantages like cost, more expensive than many other insulation materials. Availability, less commonly available. It is used in wall, in exterior and interior wall applications. It is also used in floors, ideal for underfloor insulation. It is used in roof, can be used in roof insulation systems. Installation techniques. Cork insulations come into the board or granular. Boards are fitted into place similar to the rigid foams, while granules are poured or blown into cavities. Fourth one is straw bale insulation. It also has some properties like other materials. Straw bale insulation used bales to straw from cereal crop as a building material. It is a highly renewable resources. It has some advantages like renewable, made from agricultural waste. Excellent insulations, provides good thermal resistance. Low embodied energy, minimal energy required to produce. It also have disadvantages like thickness, require thick wall, reducing usable floor spaces. Moisture control, needs proper detailing to prevent moisture issues. It is used in wall, used in the construction of load bearing and non-load bearing walls. Installation technique. Straw bale are stacked and compared into place, then covered with the plaster to protect them from the element and provide additional fire resistance. Next topic is properties and characteristics of insulation materials. Insulation materials play a critical role in enhancing the energy efficiency, thermal comfort and overall sustainability of building. They work by reducing the transfer of heat, helping to maintain desired indoor temperature regardless of the external weather condition. Here we will delve into the key properties and characteristics of the various insulation materials that determine their sustainability from different applications. Key properties of insulation materials are: first one is thermal resistance. It is also called as the R value. The R value is a measure of an insulation material's ability to resist high heat flow. The higher the R value, the better the material insulation. Factor influencing R value include material type, thickness and density. Fiber glasses typically has an R value of about 2.2 to 2.7 per inch of thickness. Mineral wool slightly higher R value ranging from 3 to 3.3 per inch. Spray foams offers a very high R value around 6 to 7 per inch, making it one of the most effective efficient insulation materials. Second one is density. Density affects both the thermal performance and the structural property of the insulation materials. Higher density material usually provide better sound insulation and greater thermal mass. It is divided into some parts. First one is rigid foam board, known for their high density and structural rigidity. Second one is mineral wool, also relatively dense, providing good acoustic properties and alongside thermal insulation. Third one is moisture resistance. The ability to resist the moisture is crucial in the preventing mold growth and maintaining insulation efficiency. Materials with high moisture resistance are preferred in areas prone to damp conditions. Closed cell spray foam. Excellent moisture resistance foam, a barrier against the water infiltrations. Foil faced insulation, often used in moisture prone area due to its reflective surface and moisture resistance. Fourth one is fire resistance. Fire resistance is a critical safety feature, especially for insulation used in wall and ceiling. Insulation materials are classified by their fire resistance and their ability to limit the spread of the flame and smokes. Mineral wools naturally non-combustible and can withstand high temperature. Fiber glasses, also non-combustible through it, may melt at very high temperature. Foam insulation varies in a fire resistance, sometimes may require additional fire retardant coatings. Fifth one is sound insulation. Sound insulation properties are essential for reducing noise transmission between the room and from external source. Dense material generally offer better soundproofing. Mineral wool and fiber glasses both provide excellent sound insulation due to their fibrous nature. Cotton insulation made from recycled denim also provide good acoustic properties. Sixth one is environmental impact. The sustainability of insulation material is become increasingly important. This includes considering the raw material used to energy required from production and the potential for recycling or disposal. Cellulose made from the recycled paper, it has a low environmental impact. Cotton denim used recycled cotton fiber, contributing to waste reduction and sustainability. Hemcrete and straw bale, renewable and biodegradable with minimal environmental footprints. Characteristics of common insulation materials. First one is fiberglass insulations. It is made from the fine glass fiber. It has some characteristics like lightweight, non-combustible and relatively expensive. It is available in bed, roll and loose fill foams. It is commonly used in wall, attic and floors. Second one is mineral wool insulations. It is the composition or made from the molten rock or sludge. It has some characteristics like fire resistance, soundproofing and moisture resistance, available in beds and loose fit. It is used in high temperature application and soundproofing. Third one is cellulose insulations, made from recycled paper products. It has some characteristics like environmental friendly, good thermal and sound insulation but can settle over time. It is used in blown into wall cavities and attics. Fourth one is spray foam insulation, made from the polyethylene. It has some characteristics like high R value, excellent air sealing and moisture resistance, available in open cell and closed cell foams. It is ideal for sealing gaps, insulating walls, roof and around pipes. Fifth one is rigid foam insulation, made from polyethylene. It has some characteristics like high R value, moisture resistance and provide structural support. It is used in exterior sheathing, foundation wall and under slab insulation. Sixth one is natural insulation material, wool insulation made from the sheep wool. It has some characteristics like renewable, biodegradable, moisture regulating. It is used in wall and roof insulation. Cotton insulation, made from the recycled denim. It has some characteristics like non-toxic, good soundproofing and thermal insulation. It is used in interior and exterior wall and attics. Hemcretes, made from the hemp fiber and limes. It has some characteristics like sustainable and good insulation and moisture regulating. It is used in wall construction and insulation. Next one is straw bale insulation, made from agricultural straw bale. It is some characteristics like renewable, excellent thermal insulation and it is used in wall construction in eco-friendly building. Our next topic is installation technique for maximum efficiency. Proper installation of insulation material is crucial for achieving maximum efficiency in terms of thermal resistance, energy saving and overall building performance. Even the best insulation material can fail to perform optimally if not installed correctly. This guide will provide detailed technique and best practices for the installing various type of insulation to ensure the maximum efficiency. General best practices. First one is air sealing. Before installing insulation, ensure all gaps, cracks and opening in the building envelope are sealed. These prevent air leakage which can significantly reduce the effectiveness of insulation. Use caulk and expanding foam to seal small gaps and around window, door and plumbing penetration. Install weather stripping around the doors and window to minimize air leakage. Second one is vapor barriers. In area prone to high humidity or where moisture control is essential, install vapor barrier to prevent moisture from entering the insulation and reducing its effectiveness. Vapor barrier are typically installed on the warm side of the insulation, like facing the interior of the building in cold climate and the exterior in the hot climate. Third one is proper fit. Insulation should fit snugly within framing cavity without any gaps, voids or compression. Gaps can be lead to thermal bridging where heat bypasses the insulation, reducing its efficiency. Cut insulation material to fit around the obstructions such as electrical box, pipes and wires. Techniques for different insulation materials. First one is fiberglass beds. Cutting and fitting. Measure and cut beds to fit snugly between the stud, joist and rafter. Ensure the beds fill the entire cavity without being compressed. As compared, reduce the R value. Facing. Install the faced bed with the vapor barrier facing the interior of the building. Staple the flanges of the facing to the side of the stud. Overlapping. When installing multiple layer, overlap the beds to cover the gap and seams, ensuring continuous coverage. Second one is spray foam insulation. Preparation of spray foam insulation. Clean the area of dust, debris and moisture before applying spray foam. Ensure the proper ventilation and wear protective gear. Application. Apply spray foam in layers, allowing each layer to expand and cure before applying the next. This ensure even coverage and avoid the excessive expansion. Trimming. After curing, trim excess foam to create a flush surface with the framing. Cover the exposed foam with a thermal barrier such as drywall to meet fire safety codes. Third one is blow-in insulation like cellulose or fiberglass. Equipment of blow-in insulation use a high quality blower machine for even distribution. Adjust the setting according to the manufacturer's recommendations. Preparation. Seal all the gaps and install netting or fabric to contain the blow-in insulation within wall cavities. Application. Fill cavity to the recommended density, ensuring even the coverage without settling. Overfill slightly to account for the settling over time. Attic. In attic, install ruler or depth mark to ensure uniform depth across the entire spaces. Fourth one is rigid foam boards. Cutting. Use a utility knife or saw to cut rigid foam board to fit snugly between the framing member and against wall. Sealing. Seal edges and joints with tape or foam sealant to prevent the air leakage and thermal bridging. Laying. For maximum efficiency, use the multiple layer of the rigid foam board, stacking the seam to reduce the thermal bridging. Fastening. Secure foam board with the mechanical fastener or adhesive depending on the applications. Fifth one is reflective insulation. Installation techniques. Install reflective insulation with the reflective side facing an air space to maximize its effectiveness. The air space should be at least 3/4 inch wide. Stapling. Staple the reflective insulation to the framing members, ensuring it remains turds or free of gaps. Overlap. Overlap seam by at least 2 inch and seal with the reflective tape to the ensure a continuous barrier. Sixth one is natural insulation materials, wool, cotton and hemcrete. Preparation. Ensure the area is clean and free from moisture. Install the vapor barrier if necessary. Cutting. Cut natural insulation material to fit snugly within cavity similar to the fiberglass beds. Installation techniques: install in laying, ensuring even coverage without compression. Natural material often require additional fastener or the netting to hold them in place. Additional tip for efficiency: first one is continuous insulation. For exterior wall, consider using continuous insulation CI to cover the entire exterior surface, bridging and improve overall energy efficiency. Second one is insulating ductwork. Insulate HVAC ductwork, especially in unconditioned space like attic or crawl space, to reduce the energy losses and improve system efficiency. Third one is attic hatch and basement rim joist. Don't overlook insulating the attic hatch and basement rim joist, as this area can be significant source of heat loss. Fourth one is professional installation. For complex insulation projects or when use advanced material like spray foam, consider hiring a professional to ensure proper installation and maximum efficiency. So, that's all about today's lecture. Now, the summary of today's lecture is: first one is types of insulation materials, includes fiberglass, mineral wool, cellulose, foam and natural material like wool and cotton, each with distinct property from different application and performance needs. Key properties focus on R value, thermal resistance, moisture and fiber resistance, density, sound insulation and environmental impact. Selection depends on their factor to optimize energy efficiency. Installation techniques: emphasize proper air sealing, fitting insulation snugly using vapor barrier and following material specific methods such as cutting beds, laying spray foam and sealing rigid foam boards. Efficiency based practices: highlight the importance of continuous insulation, insulating HVAC duct, addressing overlooked area and considering professional installation for complex project to ensure maximum efficiency and energy saving. So, that's all about the today's lecture. Thank you.